Hello, this is me again, talking to you, talking with or to you. Is a slightly difference about that, so we have to elaborate on that. I think people mainly misunderstand the concept of talking with and talking to. I was once arrested for doing that mistake. She claimed that I was only talking to her, not with her. I can admit to that, but sometimes you can't be demanded of talking with, because from this example that happened years back, that was in a situation that was needed. Maybe it's not that pleasant to be talked to, and I can also have some examples on talking with that is not that pleasant. So I think in that case that happened, we were in a debate, we were in a dispute, and sometimes you can't demand what you can't get, and you can't even demand what you are not doing yourself. When your way of talking is wrong for the other one, shouldn't it be convincing that that is something you can't control? You can't control what others are doing, only what you are doing yourself. And if you are blamed for doing what you want or just doing it, then so be it. That is more or less the end of that conversation. Because people are unconsciously dictating what others should say. Even the way they say it's controlled by the one that seemingly doesn't have the upper hand. It's like they are into some kind of weakness, or we have to pity their state, or we have to pity them in a way, because they are the one that are suffering. You are the tormentor. You are the one that is hurting the victim. So the victim demands. The victim demands. And that is quite common. When the victim is commanding, the victim can't do either way. A victim is a victim. If you decide to be a victim, if the case is obvious that you are the victim here, so be it. So be it, my friend. You can be the victim all you want. So you don't leave out that often it's like that the victim, seemingly the victim in a situation is beginning to define which role you are in. You two are in. He or she is the victim and the other one is the strong one. Is that very wisely done? Is that how it should be? That I define you to be the one that have all the power, seemingly. Since you are this and that, maybe since you are a male, you have the upper hand, because it's very typical to it's kind of it's, I don't want to put it in a very prejudiced way or in a way that sounds sexistic. No. But often, you see, to every case, to every situation, to every similarity of cases, there are slightly and major differences. Because some, regarding male and female, you use that you are a male, or the other one say, since you are a woman, you can play the victim here. So it's very often used as a blame when there is a dispute or debate, that we label the one. You are not talking with me, you are talking to me. And that is not good. That is not right. You should talk with me. So all you say, that is in my eyes, I have to say something about that, because that was how brilliant she was in manipulating me. When she said that, I was stuck. How cynical, how manipulative that is. I knew it then, I know it now. That is how people are able to manipulate these things. Relations is according to their manipulation. So I don't want to generalize between male and female. I don't think that's even necessary. I don't think it's right, and I don't think it doesn't touch on the specifics. And just saying that it is what is common in this relationship will be common throughout until they see the need of change of that kind of habit. When we debate with certain people, we have this tendency to go into some kind of routine that is, for this case, to solved or dissolved or whatever that is. So that is kind of a routine that is repeating itself. And I think that routines that repeat itself is kind of a stagnant relation. It's kind of a... It's non-inventive. It's repeating itself over and over again, and then you can predict what the other is going to say. Yet it's not very nice to be labeled, but still you will say the obvious thing in your case, because you see it in a very fixed frame. You don't go outside your own frame in order to see it objectively. No, you just go into your feelings, and those are the fact. The feeling is the fact. Feeling fact. Fact feeling. It's not that it's fact, but it feels factual. And many times, this is the church bell. You see, it's this Thursday. I don't keep it sacred. Every day is sacred. So as you see, I have been renovating my living room. I needed to change. So I am a female today. You don't go outside your own frame in order to see your way of doing things. And often, maybe in the start, you need this perspective, outside perspective, that you are repeating yourself. You are doing it over and over again. So when you are talking with someone or talking to, it's just the same. When I'm aggravated with the way people are talking to me or with me, more often it's aggravating because I have both cases in any way. I can be aggravated, irritated by people that try to talk with me because they bring up some topics that they are the topic maker. I feel just drained. And also the way people are behaving with people, they are not communicating. They are communicating, in fact, I have to give them that. But they are, in a way, just preaching, like me now. I'm just preaching to you. I'm not talking with anyone. But maybe I have a skill in making people talk, maybe with each other too. If you listen to these videos, maybe I have touched on some things that you may talk with your siblings, your friends. Maybe you can ask them questions. There is a saying in the Bible that it's good to bring up hidden thoughts. Hidden because it have gone too long time when you last was reminded of those. Me, I'm a reminder of lost thoughts. People will, when they are listening to me, look inwardly. They will look into themselves. They will also have a certain perspective of things. I don't expect any agreement to what I'm talking about. Sorry, I just expect that you can understand. I try to do it in a simplistic term, the term that is suited for me, to let you know something about yourself. I'm not here to bring up something you don't like. That's not my reason, but maybe that's the fact. That's how things are with you, that when I talk, hidden facts, hidden secrets, hidden lies, hidden truths is brought up in order for you to reflect on them. You see, we can change what we see. We can change what we can acknowledge. We can change only the known things, those things that we are aware of. I can't. Now I have been changing something around here in the living room, but if I didn't see it, it's kind of very obvious, banal, that I can't change what I can't see. So if I go into this living room not seeing anything and not even touching anything, I don't know anything, I have no clue about anything, then what is there? I will ask myself a question. If I was asked, now Ole, you have to renovate, you have to furnish everything, you have to replace everything, and you have to organize it in so nice way that you like it yourself. So if I don't see anything, if I'm blind, totally blind, not only blind by eyes, but totally unaware of things around, how would I be able to change? It's pretty complicated. I will say it's the hardest task if you are asked to change something you can't see, and that is the case with yourself. If you don't see yourself with the third eye, with the eyes that people are seeing you will not be able to change. You see, there are patterns that are about us, that we follow some patterns that we are not aware of ourselves. We do it in a certain way that's obvious to us, but it's not obvious to everybody. So people may look at me and laugh because they see something very common to me. Oh, that is typical Ole. And also we inherit some patterns, some mimics, some things that many times I hear that from my siblings or someone nearby, that I'm so similar to my dad in a way I behave. I can't see that behavior, I can't see that pattern, but that is very obvious that we inherit some things that we are not very clear about ourselves. So I don't want to change everything about myself, not like that. But if it doesn't really benefit the situation, we have to ask ourselves why the need of change. Why would I need to change myself if it doesn't really benefit anything? Why change the winning horse? Why change out the furniture that you like? Why change the thoughts, the way you are thinking, the values that you cherish yourself? There are no need for change. Maybe regroup something or do it more efficient. But if you don't see the need of change, maybe you are blind, uttermost blind. Because you think and you are convinced in your heart, deepest heart, that this is the right thing. Maybe you are so stupid, so idiotic, that you can't see anything. Like me. I don't dispute that, but you see, sometimes we can't see with others' eyes. If I ask my daughters or some friends that know me well, he or she may say that, Ole, do you really think that this is beneficial? I will ask, why are you asking that? Because it's kind of obvious. It's how I see it. It's how it is. And I need to see some deeper perspective on things. If I'm a very superficial man, I wouldn't care. I would care less about those changes. But if I'm very serious, if I'm very dedicated, if I have some goals that is not achieved, I need to change my approach. I need to change some strategy. You know what I say. This English of mine is not. I don't care. You care. I should care that you care, and that is see the habit of what we are saying. I care about you. That's why I say these things. No, you only care about yourself. You see the habits that we try to convince ourselves about something that we are not. Just in order to convey a message that we are so irritated about certain things that you use every excuse possible to just convey it. But every argument, every reason for saying, doing, is best based on facts. It's best because when you are based your activities on facts, that's when people can accept it. If it's based on lies, that's when you know that they are manipulating you. The difference between manipulating and honesty is that honesty is based on facts. Manipulating is based on selfish reasons, selfish needs, selfish urges. So my friends, habits, the need of change is not that easy. It's not even needed in many cases, but we need some broader perspective. We go into way of doing things that is not very beneficial. So you may even forget that you did it. That's how unaware you can be. When people remind you what you did, you can't remember. It's lost, it's gone. is lost and gone. Sometimes you need a reminder. So you can see, wow, this is true. It's factual. So when I try to reason things up with facts, people more often than else accept what I say. But if I based it on cheats and lies, that I may believe myself, but it's not that profound, it's not that real. So it's manipulated, fake. So when people are in these disputes, talking to or talking with, it's not easy to, I don't say it is easy to change those habits, but you can arrest. You can arrest when people are trying to do some manipulating, because if you are in a natural order, you do what you do, and you shouldn't be criticized for it. But it's a good thing if I can be reminded of, Ola, when we are having a talk, you talk, I talk, but it seems that you are preaching, you are postulating, you are not really communicating with me, you are not really listening to what I say. I feel that it's kind of a feeling that I'm not listened to. You just talk out of your own mind, your own opinions. But I will reply, don't you do that yourself? So it's kind of, we can do an agreement on that maybe if we can agree that we do our best, we try our best, and ask. I think the very, very simple and very easy thing to say when you want to avoid some debates, and ask, did I really understand you? And you can ask both ways. Both ask these questions, which is very profound. Did I really understand you now? And try to repeat, or if it's a dispute, if it's a common communication like, what are we going to have to lunch? What is our plans for the holiday? And more often agree to disagree. It's okay. And no one is to rule over the other. But we can give and take. But the serious question to avoid separation is to ask, did I really understand you, or did I fail in some way? So the other one can say, no, you didn't understood me. You have to understand this is the case, not what your opinion is all about. So, my friends, that is a way to go around certain obstacles. You have to scrutinize something regarding what's at stake here. So everybody do this all over again, habits, patterns and disputes. And I hope and wish that you all learn from your own mistakes and try to look with the other's eyes.